Hello everybody, Mike the Logger here, shooting a little YouTube video. I'm going to talk a little bit about how I got into logging, why I enjoy logging so much, and show you some of my chainsaws and the chainsaws I use at work. This isn't the one I use, this is my personal saw, but it's the same saw that I use at work, 372. And I use a 390 at work, which amazing saws. Great power to weight ratio. The 372 here is great for fallen and great for firewood. It's like 15 pounds, which it's a heavy saw, but it's great. Power to weight ratio is amazing. But I just filed it, and we'll go out in the wood pile and cut a little bit. I'll get that on video for you, and see how she does. But talk a little bit about the gear that I use too. I got a Weaver belt kit, which has been a game changer because I mainly do chopping. I don't skid much, but and anybody that's been done mainly chopping and hasn't skid and whatnot, and they'll know what I'm talking about when it comes to having all your gear with you, your axe, your wedges, your file, all that stuff. So if you don't have to worry about if your skid is parked 300 yards over that way and you're falling over here and stuff like that. So you can keep it with you. And I'll show you my belt kit. We'll get you back here a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't black out. I think I finally got it to where it will. Maybe we'll move you up here a little closer, and I'll just stand out this way a little bit. So, chair. But these things are amazing. You got your axe scabbard for your axe, which keep it right with you. It's great. Got a wedge pouch. These wedges are a little mashed up and beat. You got a spot for your file. You even have a safety whistle in case you get hurt or whatever and you need to get somebody's attention. Or if you need to get somebody's attention, your cutting partner or whatever, and you're going to let a tree go and he's not paying attention, you can blow the whistle and just don't cry wolf, because if you ever need it and you keep tooting on it and stuff like that, it ain't gonna do you any good. See? Weaver belt. This they're a little expensive, but they're worth every penny. I mean, the design of them, you have a first aid kit, cell phone holder, whatever you want to put in there. You got a spot for your tape, which works great. So it's not on your belt loop and stuff like that, and it's not in your way and all that stuff. And it's got a really good back support. I hope I'm getting this all on video. I guess I ain't paying attention. So, see, that's basically the layout of your belt kit. Great wedge pouch. Great. Made of leather. You do have to clean it out once in a while. It gets full of sawdust and your wedges fall out and stuff. Like I said, axe scabbard. Great. No problem with that when you have it on. You got it all buckled and stuff. You can reach right in, grab your axe, put it back in. No problem. I'll give you a little shot of that. See? Out. Beat your wedges. Tree goes over. Right back in. No problem. Bada boom, bada bing. So that's my Weaver belt kit. It's great. I love it. I hemmed and hawed for about a year whether or not to buy one, which I'm so very glad I did now that I bought it. Doesn't cost much. Here goes all my wedges. Hi, Karma. What you doing? There's my puppy dog. She likes to hang out with me. We got a bunch of snow last night. Sucks. It's heavy, wet, crap. But yeah, just kind of rambling on. That happens to me sometimes. I apologize. But I showed you my 372, and my neighbor was cool enough to give me some old Pioneers, like from the 70s, which are pretty cool. Here is the old Pioneer P41. Awesome saw. Got to take up the chain a little bit. I'll probably get this one on video cutting too. But look at that. Isn't that mean? Loud. Oh, she's sweet though. Heavy. Pretty cool, isn't it? And I got its brother right here. This is a Pioneer P38, I believe. Orange. My favorite color, by the way. See, it says farm saw on it. Beautiful. Absolutely, it looks like it just come out the showroom if I cleaned it up a little bit more. But they are just nice saws. I'll try to get this one fired up for you too and do some cutting on it. They run like a top. I'll show you my favorite saw that one of my friends gave me. Doesn't have a chain on it. I actually just took this chain off to off this saw and put it on my 372. So because I'm out of chains. But look at that. The old Mac 1010 automatic. I wish I had a Pro Mac, but I guess they're hard to come by. I got some people out there keeping an eye out for me for old power saws. Oh, I guess it was better this way. There we go. This runs like a top. Runs real good for being, I think it's a 1964. The recoil's a little worn out. I gotta get some brake clean to get in there anyway. So yeah, that's so I got a pile of old saws down here too that don't run, or I haven't got them running yet. But now a little bit of why I started logging, I guess. My great grandparents used to own a camp in Reedsboro, Vermont, way up at the end of the road there, and my father and grandfather used to always cut their firewood for our house, the camp, and my grandfather's house. So I've been around chainsaws all my life. And I was always intrigued by it, watching them cut the trees down and stuff. And of course, we'd have to stay away while they were falling trees. And me and my brothers, we'd always run up all the way to the end of the tree and sit there while they were blocking it up until they got close, and then we'd get up and move and stuff like that. Once in a while, Dad would let us, and my grandfather would let us grab a handful of throttle. They'd hold on to it, so of course it didn't buck back and get us. So I love chainsaws ever since. And my first chainsaw was an old Holiday made by Pioneer. Big old tank. Loud. Oh, was it loud. And that was a lot of fun I wish I still had it, but I don't know what happened to it. Probably got thrown out over the years. And so that's kind of when I first started farting around with chainsaws when I was real young. And then throughout the years, I was 18 years old. I got a job at a sawmill, a lumber mill. And seeing those big old oak trees and maples and stuff like that, pine, big old crankers coming in, and you watching them get sawed out and stuff like that. And it's like, wow, I'd like to be the guy that got to cut those. And then I kind of got out of the sawmill and I went and worked for a tree company and stuff like that. And that's where I really learned how to fall trees and stuff, because there's safety protocol and stuff and whatnot. And so I got into that pretty heavy there for a while, and then I stopped, went into construction for a little while, and I always wanted to cut trees, always. And I finally got the opportunity about a year and a half ago. A fella took me on. It was just him and his father, which is hard to get into the logging unless it's a big operation. So they were nice enough to give me a shot, and then one of my really good friends, he's been logging for a long time now, and he gave me the opportunity to come. Him and his family gave me the opportunity to come log with them, and I've been there for just over a year now, and it's been great. He's been very helpful with me. So that's when my logging really started, was about a year ago, because man, he's good, and he's very patient, which is awesome for me, so helps out a lot. And he's very good at what he does. He does most of the skidding, I do most of the chopping and stuff like that. It works out. And some days he'll skid or chop and I'll skid, which I need a lot of work on the skidder, but he's there to help me out and stuff. So here I am now, year and a half later, doing all right. But I have so much more to learn. You learn something every day, whether it comes to wedging a tree over, pulling logs out with your skidder and stuff like that, so you don't beat up the trees and everything. Because as loggers, we're not out there to destroy the forest. We're not out there, which a lot of people think loggers do, which they don't. We improve the forest in many ways. Because if they get overcrowded and stuff like that, you got to thin them out anyway. So I don't even know where I'm going with this, but like I said, I ramble a lot. But I wanted to start logging because when I saw them trees, I was like, that is amazing. It's so much fun to cut that and do that and stuff like that and be part of that. So basically, I've been in the tree business, sawmill logging part of it for a long time now, and guys, 4 or 5 years ago now, 4 years ago, I sold my first load of logs ever. Didn't have a clue what I was doing. I ran into an old logger at a store up the street from my house, and I told him what I was cutting, and I didn't know what lengths. I thought they'd take them right up to 8 feet, softwood and stuff. I was cutting spruce, a ton of spruce. Cut 3 loads of it out of the back of my cousin's house, and I was cutting them 8-footers, and I lost a lot of timber because of that, because I didn't know what I was doing. So he wrote down what the hardwood footage was and what softwood footage was, which helped out a lot. And then it really started coming. So, and we pulled it all out with like a skid steer with a grapple on the bucket, and I had some really cool pictures of the pile all piled up and hauling the logs out and stuff. And I sold 3 loads to him. He needed 3 loads to finish off a tractor trailer load going to Canada. But I didn't know how long it took for the logs to get up there and stuff like that and get paid, and got it. I cut it in the summer that year, and early summer, and goodness, I don't think I got paid until October, I think, of that year. Late October, mid-October, somewhere around there. And once I got that check, though, I was like, wow, this is awesome. I'd love to do this for a living. And then, of course, it was a few years after that I finally got my chance, which was great. It's been a wonderful experience. It's a very dangerous job. It's you can get fatigued very easy. Just got to take your time. And an old fella that I cut with for 6 months or so always told me, he says, remember one thing: nobody wins a race in logging, so you just got to take it and know your limits too. You can't go blowing through the woods at 100 miles an hour and think the last. Some people can, yes, which God bless them. Me personally, I can't. I have my own pace. Everybody has their own pace, which they should. And just take your time, and you'll get the wood out. And if you go a lot slower than everybody else, just remember one thing: slow production is better than no production. So that's enough of my rambling for now. I'll set you up outside, and I'll go cut a few cookies off this block of wood, and we'll see how the old 72 does. Just gotta make sure it's got gas in it, because I'd be kind of foolish if it didn't, wouldn't it? I think we got enough to cut a little bit. Yeah, we'll get you out here and set you up. We're gonna do a cold start. It's a little bright out, isn't it? Can you see there? Oh yeah, you can see. Perfect. We'll get her fired up and Not bad for a hand file. Bring you back inside now. Hi, kiddo. Neighbor's kids come over to say hi. She's nice. She's a good kid. There. That wasn't too bad. Cut pretty good. If I tickled my rakers a little bit, probably would have cut a little better. We'll do another video at a later date doing that. So, that's it, I guess. Until next time.